Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm enjoying doing that like that, actually. Good morning to you. How are ya? Not quite sure what time you'll be seeing this or when, but it is a calm, almost sunny morning here in London town, London, UK, of course. Good morning to you. If this is the first time you've joined me here, my name is Sylvia Smith of Incline Training Consultants Limited, and I am here to chat with you. Some morning reflections. It's Friday morning, and interestingly enough, always seem to be in a good mood on Friday mornings. Not quite sure how the day will unfold. Have a few plans. You never quite know what's going to upset you or how your mood will shift and change from one to the other. But yeah, feeling great this morning. Plans today, I have a meeting with my social work student over in West London to begin with in the morning. Then in the middle of the day, all being well and all going relatively smoothly, I am going to be doing my radio show, doing it a lot earlier today because I have another appointment later on this afternoon, going into early evening with some colleagues in Brixton, south west London, to which I will be taking my student for what they call a case discussion. So we're going to be talking about or discussing a case that they're dealing with at the moment, and I have a real view that this will be a good learning experience for my student. So anyway, I'm in the car, as you can see, on my way. So what reflections do I have this morning? I was kind of thinking about the post I recently put up concerning some statements, some comments that were made to my son in the name of a joke, made by a white middle-aged man who he's doing some work with at the moment. So I've been thinking about that, and if you haven't seen that post, do go to my YouTube page. Well, you're probably on my YouTube channel, not page, my YouTube channel, you're already on there. But it's the post before this, and I entitled it, "Are You in a Gang? Are You a Terrorist?" So check that one out for more commentary on that particular situation. Yeah, still stings actually. I still feel quite irritated by that whole saga, but it's not the only experience that my son has had as a young black man, of what is essentially racism, and someone then this morning sent me a post, a WhatsApp post of I'm not entirely sure what it is, but again, something that you kind of think, well, how on earth can this kind of thing be happening in this day and age? This again was a group of white folk around. Well, one of them was blacked up and with a noose around his neck, and the others were around him, with their fingers up like this. It was some kind of party or something that they were at, and it was probably depicting what went on in old America back in the day. These things are just so offensive, it's untrue. And I am also quite certain that lots of white people would be extremely embarrassed by even seeing something like that, as I would if it were if the situations were reversed. But hey ho, you know, as a black person, my life isn't entirely filled with thinking about race every single second of the day. That's thankfully not our existence. So yeah, take a look at that. Take a look at that post where I chat about you know, that situation. So, other than that, you know, my mind's well, I'm still thinking about some of the more practical aspects of doing business online, and there's the very noisy space. You know, how does one get noticed or heard in this very, very noisy space? And one of the things that I found really helpful to hear and helped to put things in perspective for me is that you probably, although, you know, people do kind of value large followings and you know, high numbers when it comes to even being on YouTube. If you have huge numbers following you, that's generally valued, and it will attract things like advertising, because you know, people or companies, products and services will want to advertise in your space if they perceive you as having a large following, and they have a notion that loads and loads of people are going to see their ad because it's embedded in your posts because of your high numbers. But one of the things I took quite a lot of heart from was that you don't actually necessarily need huge numbers when you're you know, when you're doing business online, or when you're seeking to sell your product or your service. Probably as a small company, a small operation, what you do need is probably up to about 1,000 dedicated and loyal followers who like what you do, what you stand for, and enjoy listening to you, or watching you, or reading stuff that you've written. And that is often all you need. You need a group of dedicated people who will follow you, or at least take a keen interest in the stuff you're doing, and value the things you say, write, vlog or blog. And I kind of think that's right. I mean, those who have massive marketing machinery behind them, and it's not necessarily always about quantity. It can often be about quality. Okay? Ponder on that one for a while. I'm out of here. Have a wonderful day. Take good care. Peace.